Oh, hang on. No, I'll just do one.
Yeah, two is the opposite of what you want. That's pretty funny though.
We going?
We're going.
That's funny. Two claps. Like,
Gibbo, how are you, mate?
I'm good.
You ready for the Royal Mane
I am.
to lose it?
Yep.
Is this Sarah's idea? What Queen Sarah? She
I
called
think
for
Sarah, my beautiful wife, has definitely been like suggesting that it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I got rid of them. And then I've captured myself in the mirror a few times lately and thought to myself, I look like a guy that's trying to hold on to the fact that I was in a rock and roll band in the early 2000s, a little bit.
Yeah, but it's, Soho's like that, right? You see the guy with your hair and you're like, he's either homeless or he owns all the buildings in the street. It's one of those.
That's true. And I don't own all the buildings in the street in Soho.
But you're not homeless.
But I'm not homeless, no. No.
You're going to go for it.
Yeah, man.
So what's going on in Gibbo world?
In Gibbo world, had a child, as you know.
Yeah.
A young boy. His name's Parker, and it's pretty cool. So
Handsome chicken.
he's a handsome man. Takes after his mother. That's been pretty cool. He's almost 1 year old.
Yeah. And what's going on with the hair? He'd be a terrible client for us.
So far, no hair.
No.
Which is, but you know what they say. Slow to get here, long to keep your hair on your head. That's what they say. It's an famous old saying.
And you're a songwriter. You might want to work on that lyric.
You don't think that's a good lyric?
Well, there's something there.
It's just the genius of an idea, Rodney. You see.
So I notice your Instagram is Super Gibbo. What's a
Super Gibbo is actually a terrible kind of handle I've had since I was about 15, because my very first email address was supergibbo at Hotmail, because my last name's Gibson, and so I'm from New Zealand, and so everyone calls me Gibbo. That's just what happens in New Zealand if you have a last name like Gibson.
It's O or Steve E.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Steve. No, we don't really do E's.
Oh, you do Steve O's.
No, but see, I feel like both of that's Australian, Rodney.
It is,
Yeah, I mean no, we don't really put O's on the first names. I thought we do O's on the second names.
On the surnames.
Yeah. So I always had an email address called supergibbo@hotmail.com. I probably still got that Hotmail address if I went back into it and try to find it. And it's just kind of carried on into way too late into my 40s. And I really got to do something about it.
It's too late to change.
Like a friend of mine in Norway was saying, you got to get a more professional email address, Dave. My friend Bjorn, actually, he was saying, because Super Gibbo at me, yeah, Bjorn.
The Bjorn.
Yeah, Bjorn. And he was like, he's from Norway, so his name's Bjorn. I'm pretty sure everyone's name in Norway is, if you're a male, is Bjorn. But he was like, no one will take you seriously if you try to get work like with the email address like supergibbo@me.com.
See, I had AOL.
Oh, that's old.
Well, I still have it.
That is embarrassing.
Now it's my excuses. It's family related, like still the family stuff.
Oh, so you still got it.
Gmail.
Yeah.
And I can promise you, it didn't change my life. But
well, I tell you what, man.
Feel like
I've been listening to some podcasts lately. I feel like Gmail is dodgy. They scan all of your information.
Really?
Yes, this is true. In order to present you ads that you want. I keep track of you through Google Maps. This is getting a bit conspiracy theory, you have to excuse me. They track you through Google Maps. They track you what you use on Google Chrome. They give your kids Google Chromebooks so they can track them from a young age. So I'm trying to get out of Google land, but I never will because they rule the world.
They rule the world.
Yes, but I have Gmail accounts too. I mean, don't get me wrong. But just know that they're listening and they're watching.
But I don't know about the Instagram. I have this. What age should we stop having an Instagram account? What are you, 40, 43?
I'm 43, okay. And I have an Instagram account, but I don't use it a lot, to be honest. It's not really, it's not really my thing.
Medium.
It's not right. Well, I like taking photographs and I like all that kind of stuff, but I just don't like comparing my life to other people's lives so much.
And so what's going on in music? Streets? What's happening?
Yeah, so Streets Laredo, my band that I started here in New York City with my beautiful wife and my beautiful brother, Dan Gibson, who is now living in Sydney.
He's in Sydney?
Yeah. So we're on hiatus for a couple of reasons. A, my brother's in Sydney. And B, me and my beautiful wife, who's also in the band, had a baby, had a child, as I mentioned. But we are going to make, Sarah and I are going to make some new music.
Huh.
And we just booked some studio time in June.
So what do you, like the hiatus, what does that mean?
Hiatus is what you say when
put
you
in some
just...
really good shit.
Yeah, thank you. Hiatus is, I think, is what you say when you're not quite sure what's going to happen. It's a kind of a cooler way of saying, not quite sure what's going to happen.
What's the future?
But yeah, all the band got spread out. So our guitarist Cameron is in Melbourne. My brother, one of the singers, Dan Gibbo, is in Sydney. Our bass player Sean is in Western Massachusetts. Our trumpet player Andy is in the Bahamas. True story. He's got a very tough gig in the Bahamas for the summer. So it's just me and Sarah from Streets Laredo that are currently in New York. So, you know, we figured, well, seeing we're just here, we'll record some stuff in June. Yeah.
And clearly one of the first bands to play the hair show, right?
Yeah. We played for Cutler at the Redkin Symposium a few years ago.
Great. So how did you? And what about you? You were just back home, right?
I was.
Elemeno P, right?
Yep, I was back home in New Zealand. That's where I'm from. You may have guessed from my accent. I was back home in New Zealand playing some shows with my old band, which...
And they were the big deal, right?
Well, they were a band known, a band of note in New Zealand in the early 2000s. And we still seem to have a bit of a following there.
So who came up with the name?
The name for that was actually a buddy of mine who produced our first album. Actually, his name's Sam Gibson, and so he's no relation, but a very good man. And he, we were actually going to call our band Pookie.
Pookie.
Well, we weren't going to call it Pookie. We just because we didn't have a name for our band, and as a result, we had just called it Pookie as a holding name. But then we'd made this demo called Fast Times in Tahoe, and then our friend played it on the radio on Channel Z. This is for anyone that's from New Zealand and from the early 2000s. Channel Z was like kind of like the Triple J of rock radio in the early 2000s in New Zealand. And he played it and said that was Pookie, and we're like, oh man, we better change our name ASAP. And then we're at a bar called Tobacco, and my friend Sam was like, you should call it Elemeno P. And then Justin and I, who started the band.
Hang on, who said this? One of your buddies?
Yeah, one of my buddies. The guy that also, he's a friend and also produced our first album.
Right.
Sam. And we decided to spell it phonetically, which we thought was pretty cool.
And so is everyone on board, or do you have to, how do you, like there's a king rule, or everyone loved it?
Everyone was on board for what?
For the name.
Yeah, it was just
a battle?
It was just me and Justin at this point. So I think it was, maybe we hadn't even the band was more of a kind of concept, because me and Justin had recorded these demos by ourselves. We'd just got into the studio because he used to be an intern at a I'm getting pretty deep here. He used to be an intern at a studio in the early 2000s called Deep Grooves on High Street in Auckland. This is going to be great information for anyone that happened to be in Auckland in the early 2000s. There's a studio there called High Street where I think OMC, their song How Bizarre? How Bizarre, How Bizarre.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that song came out of that studio as well. And Justin was an intern there. And so we just basically snuck in there after hours, made these demos. And so at that point it was just me and Justin. So we're like, cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so do you ring back the radio dude and say change your name?
No, we didn't, but we just told everybody that it's official. We're now called Elemeno P.
So when did they end up? Elemeno P. When did that all end?
Well, it's kind of never ended. We recorded our last album in 2007, came out 2008, and then we've had sporadic hiatuses.
By the way, your hair's looking good.
Oh, is it? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Big applause in the back here.
Yeah, is it feeling good, Tyson?
Yes.
Is it feeling good, Cutler?
So far,
The
half
the
of it is great.
the
Half
cut
of it looks good.
the Cutler
I'm good.
audio and sound crew.
Good.
The Eagles still got it.
The AV club.
The eagle. Tyson calls me the eagle now. It's like,
Oh yeah. Where does that nickname come from?
Started it.
The Eagle.
Yeah, I think it's
Eagle.
appropriate.
so speaking of
the eagle.
famous bands, so where do you rank? Like a crowded house?
You're just above them.
Just, and what about bloody
Stereogram.
stereogram?
Yeah. Just
It was
below.
just on the tip of my tongue.
Just below Stereogram and above Crowded House, I think. That's kind of where we sit.
Yeah.
Now, Crowded House, of course, is like the biggest band to come out of New Zealand and or Australia, depending
I
on
like that.
depending on who you're talking
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Lord, obviously, pretty big.
Yes,
You know, I mean, she's probably the biggest.
but the young'un, so you don't.
She's young.
You don't count.
Doesn't count.
Not a band.
Doesn't count. Not a
Oh,
band.
not a band.
Not a band. Although she does have a band. Very good people that we know.
Do you
Jimmy.
have to have it, like, is it sustainability? You have to be in the
Ben
industry
Butter.
for 10 years to come into the.
Come
Are
into
you in the
Cutler.
Hall of Fame?
No. I mean,
Really?
No. Listen, man. No.
In New Zealand, you're not?
No.
Huh. So when it all changes, is it like, holy moly, what do you do?
When it all
You're like, we're
changes.
done.
What do you mean?
When the band's kind of
Well, like I say,
taking a hiatus.
well, hey, so yeah, well, but that's, I mean, when we took a hiatus is when I started Streets of Laredo, you know, one of the hiatuses. But then we're no longer on hiatus. Now it's like we kind of go back to New Zealand quite a bit and play to the new young kids
Right.
who heard the music through their older brothers and sisters and parents and what have you, which has been quite interesting.
Now I've got to get this long bit off. Look at this.
So what's going through your mind right now, Rodney?
You know what it is? I don't know what I'd compare it to, but it's all about building the shape.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, so once that shape comes in, look at that.
yeah.
Now the question is, do I keep the mullet? Because I think there were more mullets in New Zealand. How many?
Per
than in
capita.
Australia. Definitely per capita.
Yeah, we're definitely
I'm
more.
saying even without per capita.
Oh, just more mullets.
More mullets.
Man, that'll be the first time we've
that,
ever.
so it's good.
That'll be the first time we've won anything
But,
ever.
but this is more of a groom thing. So what's the deal behind that? Are you?
I like to mix it up, Rodney. Like, so I love contrast. You know, I grew up in the '90s. You know, listening to grunge music. So I like contrast. I like it to be very quiet, and then I like it to be very loud. And I like my haircuts to be the same. I like it to be very long, and then very short, and then I'll grow up very long again.
Yeah.
And I'll keep on doing that while I still have
Moved
you.
to Brooklyn.
Moved to Brooklyn 7 years ago.
Do you like the changes now that all the
The Brooklyn change, all the changes going on. No, I hate it.
hair salons
Oh
coming
no, I hate it. Yeah, I
fancy
mean,
cinemas across?
Williams-
Has it changed a lot, or?
oh, this is good. Yes, yeah. Because I've been here long enough to say yes. Williamsburg and Bushwick has changed a lot. When I got here, it was so different. So many
the
artists.
music scene, like compared to home, or?
Oh, the music scene compared to home, I don't know, because I'm pretty out of the loop with the music scene at home.
Right.
But I feel like the music scene, just in general, has sort of died everywhere because there's no money in it, and so bands just get smaller and smaller and smaller until they're not a band anymore. They're just a solo artist. So it's the only way people can afford to do anything is like having very few people involved in the band. Like, so we went the opposite way with Streets Laredo. We had 7 people in our band.
Right.
People said we're crazy, and I was like, you just wait and see, and then nothing really happened. Well, that's not true. We
You
did
were
lots of
You
good
were
stuff.
close, right?
We came. We did some really cool things and made.
It must be like crazy when it's like, ooh.
Oh yes, yeah. Like that's the story of my life, Rodney. Almost getting there.
That's all right.
Like my life is the first half of a successful person's story, but unfortunately, it's just all the unsuccessful part. This is the first half. You know.
And how did you get into it as a wee lad when every other kid's trying to play?
I was
All Black?
foolish,
Yeah.
and I wasn't good at sport.
Chasing girls and drugs and.
I wasn't very good at sport, so didn't have any options.
Wasn't your brother one of your brothers? You got a twin. No, Dan's got a twin brother.
Dan's got a twin brother. Yeah.
He's sporty.
Oh yeah, they're both pretty sporty actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his twin brother, he very wisely decided not to get involved in music.
No talent?
No, I think he's got talent. But he's also got smarts. So he just chose not to get involved in music. Good on him.
It's looking good, my man.
Yeah. Is the shape coming together?
It's good.
Have I got a weird? I feel like I've got a big head. Would you characterize my head as a big head?
Really? You think that?
Yeah. I've been
You know
told
what's
that.
interesting, your hair. Did you think you were going to lose your hair as a kid?
Yes. In my
Because it was
20s.
fine.
Yes, in my 20s.
It just never moved.
Yeah, and I got freaked out. You know, this is a true story. I even went and got a consultant because I was really worried I was going to lose my hair, and so I went to some scammy, have some fake shampoo so you don't lose your hair company.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it actually
I was
worked.
going to say, he clearly wasn't scamming because it worked.
But yeah,
You never know.
just hung in there. It's hung in there.
Yeah, it's looking good.
But yeah, very thin hair my whole life.
But especially in the 90s, right? Because the bald thing was kind of in.
Like a shaved head
The
type of
grungy,
thing. Yeah.
the grunge.
Yeah.
It just would have started back a little further.
Anti-fashion thingies, eh?
No, I think the real thing is like, when do you give it up? Like, when do you finally concede?
That's true.
You know? Because I thought I was going to lose mine as well.
And you've got.
It just marched back a little bit.
You've got. Yeah, it's going to march back. You know, we all understand that. But your locks are flowing now, Rodney.
Well, I took a little something to help it along.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Maybe I need to talk to you about that at some stage.
I think you know what? I actually think you've got through it.
Oh, really?
You'll be fine.
Oh, man.
43.
Thank you. 43. Yeah.
You know, really any greys?
I get a little bit, but not really. Not a lot.
So what's going on the kid front? Are you done?
Well, very happy with one kid. We might try to smash out another one.
Yeah.
If the universe provides. But very happy with one. Just enjoying the joys of being a mid-40s first-time dad, which is pretty cool actually in Brooklyn. It's very common. Back home, like all my friends have got 16 and 18-year-olds.
Yeah, right.
But some of my friends' grandparents, that's probably exaggerating, but it's nice being a first-time dad in Brooklyn.
And then what about raising kids in Brooklyn? I mean, it's crazy.
And yeah, well, I love it. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, like my life has changed quite a bit in the last year. Now I'm a parent, and it is. I like it. You can walk everywhere. Plenty of parks. There's plenty of kid-friendly bars. Isn't that right, Tyson?
Yeah.
A lot of kid-friendly bars around. Like we went to Brooklyn Bowl on last Sunday, right?
Yeah.
They had a covers band playing Queen songs specifically for children, right? And they're doing all those kind of kids games, and then all the parents are just kind of sitting there drinking mimosas. And I'm like, I love Brooklyn. This is fantastic. And there's just like kids running around, like just causing chaos, playing with hula hoops, and what have you. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so I think I prefer raising a kid here than in my hometown,
Right.
Auckland City.
Yeah, when they get used to it, right?
I get used to it.
Of the energy and did you see the Freddie Mercury Bohemian Rhapsody movie?
I did.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I know it got kind of panned by critics.
It did?
Yeah, because they were like
In the
going.
music world, or?
No, it's just in the critique world, I guess, because they're saying it kind of brushed over lots of things. But I'm like, it's a movie. It's not. It's a movie. It's meant to be. It's not meant to be a documentary. If you want to watch a documentary, go watch a documentary. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, I loved it. And what's the other one? A Star Is Born. Both of these I watched on a plane.
I loved it. But
Me too.
I cry at
Me too, mate.
I
Hey,
cry at Rocky movie.
there's no shame in that, Rodney. No shame.
I thought it was fantastic.
No shame.
Did
Absolutely
you
no
ever
shame.
do the LA thing?
We played in LA a bunch. Tried to get into LA with Elemeno P.
Right.
actually Stereogram really helped us with that, trying to break into LA when Stereogram, which is Tyson Kennedy from Fat Boy and also Cutler, was the lead singer of that band, along with Brad Carter. What's up, Brad?
It's funny how you feel the need to make everyone a lead singer in case someone's offended.
I know, especially New Zealanders, because we're like don't want to offend anybody.
Sensitive. I don't think Tyson would be offended if you.
No, he'd prefer not to be mentioned in that sentence, I'm sure. But yeah, no, they were trying to help us out in LA, but LA, it's not. I didn't enjoy trying to break into the music scene in LA. That was not fun. But lots of my friends have done and really enjoy LA now, and I like it. The more and more I go back there, it takes a bit of time. LA.
I think I'm gonna get the razor onto you.
Oh.
Get the heavy duty out.
Straight edge.
Straight edge.
All right.
Looking good. Hang on. There's no mirror in here, but it's, oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Awesome. I'll have to take your word for it.
Very,
Or I'll have to watch the video afterwards.
very sharp.
Just to, be like, hey, what's going on here? Oh, at about the 20-minute mark, you really went off track there, but you pulled it back.
That's it. I actually had a client once who said to me, do you like it? And they said, I liked it 20 minutes ago. Stopped.
Yeah, because that's a good question. How when do you know when to stop?
But I don't know if it's the same as writing a song, but you just, when you're like, that's it. And because you could go, like there's some haircuts I could cut it all day, chip, but then there's one you're like, I'm done. And interesting, when you first get into it, like your clients, hairdressers when they first get into it think clients are paying for what you cut off. They're really paying for what you leave on. So you've got to go.
Listen to that, kids. That's wise words.
There's a song in that, right?
There's wise word from Rodney Cutler.
So you got to stop. Just if you let them cut this much or whatever.
Yeah.
So what's left on your head?
Exactly. I recently got into bonsai trees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're both dead now. I had two, and I got really into them, and I especially got into like trimming them. Like cut, because you can get really into it, and there's all kind of YouTube videos you can watch about it, but basically I did exactly what you said not to do. I just went I went too much. Yeah, I went too much, and I cut until there was basically no bonsai tree left. and then I lent it to I let my friends look after it upstate, and then they kind of died. Upstate's not a good place for bonsai trees, I don't think. Too cold.
Oh, really?
Too cold over winter, yeah. For my bonsais.
Where do you buy a bonsai tree from?
I just got my bonsai tree from the local hardware store, actually. Our local hardware store on Metropolitan.
Oh, yeah?
Crest Hardware. It's fantastic. A big shout out to Crest. They've got a fantastic kind of garden centre out the back where a lot of plants and what have you, and just bought the bonsais from there.
It's funny, like we bought some plants for the salon, and everyone had an opinion on it. Like that's one, it's one pot. I was like, holy moly!
Yeah, brings out.
Do you have a dog?
No.
Do you travel?
Oh yeah, for the travel exactly, and like Sarah and I were like.
Do you have a dog in New Zealand?
Nah, but yeah, we just travelled way too much. If we had a dog, Tyson would be looking after it all the time. We'd just be like, hey Tyson, you have this dog. So. We don't have a dog, but we have a kid, so we're like, cool. That is just as inconvenient as a dog.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to do the public school system? Like that's a big New York thing, right?
Good question. I mean, we might go back to New Zealand at some point as well. It's constantly changing.
You back there?
I don't know. I think so. I love it. I don't know. Me and my wife, we keep on changing our minds. Like we're like, okay. We thought we'd never have a kid in New York. We'd probably have the kid back home, and then we had a kid in New York, and then we're like, probably move the kid home at this age, and then you kind of hang in there a bit longer, and we're probably saying now we want to take him back to New Zealand for school, but who knows? Don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's bloody expensive. Well, the school system's good here.
Is it?
Somewhere.
Yeah. Where do your kids go to school?
We're in Westchester.
Oh.
So we get smashed with the taxes.
Westchester. See, that's when you know you've made it, ladies and gentlemen. When you live in Westchester and work in New York City.
And you got the town taxes, they smash you.
How do you get down here? Do you,
I
you
drive.
drive? You like it?
I'm on the phone. I called Tyson. I'm
Yeah.
actually going to call Tyson Rusty Kennedy for now because every lately he's been.
He's always
the way
rusty.
He goes, oh, I'm a bit rusty.
I feel like I may be
So that's
partially
my
to blame.
morning calls. You know, you haven't received a call from me.
I think as this idea progresses, guys, and Tyson, you should be on a microphone so we can talk to you and throw it to you.
That'd be great.
You can be the mysterious guy off
Yes.
camera, and then people have to research who is Tyson Kennedy.
Who is Tyson
What is?
Rusty Kennedy. We got
I
Abner.
can fact check all the crap you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Make sure it's true or not.
Can you-
Do it.
can
And
you-
if you make a point.
Can you fact check if Elemeno P is bigger than Laredo House or not?
What was the biggest
Doing
stadium?
it now. Yep.
What was the best? Like, was it better playing in? I shouldn't say was because it's not like you're done.
Nah, and
But what did you prefer, like big stadiums, or you prefer that like cool?
yeah, I mean, big show's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, but they're both fun. It's just real different. Big show, 10,000 people's fun because it's good for your ego,
Yeah.
and then there's a lot of energy there. And then little small, like couple of hundred people, 400 people, if it's packed at a small venue, like say the King's Arms back home in New Zealand or the Mercury Lounge here in New York City. Fantastic as well. As long as it's packed, I reckon. That's all that needs to happen.
And the sound is it like way different to you? Jeebies, they were done.
Yeah, they were done before I got here. Did you ever go to see the Jews?
You know, there was a friend who chocolate starfish from Australia. They used to sleep on our couch, which I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
They were playing stadiums and they were sleeping on my couch.
Really?
That's a New York journey, right?
Yeah.
And it was CBS like 6 bands. You'd 6 o'clock, 6:30, and there'd be 15 people
It's-
there. And I thought it was interesting.
It kind of sounds a bit like Rockwood, kind of, eh?
Yeah.
Like Rockwood is like that on Allen Street, but
Line them up.
yeah, and there's like 5 different venues, and they're all various different sizes. They're all quite small. None of them are huge, and they're just rolling through bands every single night. There'll be 5, and basically a band will roll in, their crowd will roll in, then the band rolls out, and their crowd will leave
Right.
as well. We played there a bunch of times.
Where's that? Where's that? Is
It's
that
on Allen.
oh, in downtown New York?
Yeah, well, Lower East Side.
Right.
Yep.
It's funny, right, how all these areas now. You know that they say the most affordable area is the Upper East Side now.
Ooh,
Right?
maybe that's where we
Think
should
back to,
move.
like the Lower East Side is like hot. Chelsea's hot.
Yeah.
So funny, right? When we first came here, like
Upper East Side, yeah.
Upper
I
East
hardly ever need to be there. Is there anything?
have you ever been above 14th Street?
No, that's my limit.
That's your limit.
Yeah.
You got a little hair on your eye.
14th Street, that's as far as we go. Hey, Tice.
Yeah.
But do you see, like, when did you get here? What was your first?
2012.
Oh, really?
Mm.
God, I feel like you've been here a lot longer. And do you think it's changed? Because when I first came here, you had all the 3-card Monty on the streets.
For what?
You know, they do. They're like, where's the
Oh,
party?
yeah.
You know?
Oh, man, that sounds like the 70s.
Yeah, no, and it was just Mayor Dinkins and Giuliani was just about to come in, and then they had remember the big squeegee bottle? They'd wipe your car down at the
Oh,
traffic
yeah.
lights. And then he ruled them out, and then all the graffiti went off the trains.
This sounds
the whole-
this sounds cool. This sounds like it's like a movie on
There's-
HBO. Like what's one of those movies that's
When we were Warriors, remember that one in the 80s?
we were
The
worried.
New York one?
I don't.
Oh my God, I think that was one of the reasons we were like, that's it.
When did you get here?
92.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah, 92.
Damn.
For 2 weeks and never left.
man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I came
But
for.
it was different. It felt different. It was just at the end of that era where it was kind of.
Was it on
Yeah,
fire?
really.
Yeah, it was like
it had that edge to it, you know. And I still think it's here. I don't know what you think, but I still think it's here. You just got to look a little harder for it, you know.
Yeah, the edge. Where to find the edge in New York City?
You know what I mean? It's like it's a little fancy now, right?
Yeah, it
Even
is.
Soho.
Even definitely Soho. Definitely West Broadway. It's very nice right here, isn't it?
You know, it's funny. It's it was sort of out of fashion, you know, like it wasn't a hot thing, but I was like, it's never going to go away.
So did Soho go out of fashion?
Well, it wasn't hot because the meatpacking district came in, right? Everyone was like, open there, and I was like, you know what? And the meatpacking's great, but this is a throughway between northeast, southwest. So I always felt people would always come through here.
Mm.
And when we got this, prices were they were a little more affordable. It's never cheap.
Plus, it's very easy to get to the Holland Tunnel.
And it is, yes.
I mean, should you want to go to Jersey?
And why?
I went there the other day, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Where?
I actually went for a benefit concert because we were playing a benefit concert for the people of Christchurch.
Oh, I heard of that.
Yeah.
Broke the bloody container. Oh, well.
That's all right. We can fix
I
that.
heard about this. What happened?
That was, I mean,
Everyone got drunk, is it?
yeah, we just did a benefit concert, and yeah, of course everyone got
They got
drunk.
backed up.
But yeah, made a little bit of money for the good people of Christchurch. It was good.
Oh.
Yeah,
so-
for the mosque shootings, you know, you might have heard about that.
Yeah.
It's really horrible. I was back home for that actually.
Really?
I was back home. Yeah, it was heavy.
Just terrible.
Yeah, but I think it's got, the countries handle it really well and really in a really beautiful way, and I think the country will be a better country for it. But obviously, it was the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, our Prime Minister handled it pretty well. She's awesome.
And everyone rallied behind the community.
Yeah, everyone rallied and everyone wants to make it a better, more tolerant place. And I think New Zealand will become a more tolerant, better place for it, you know.
And there was some extra gun regulation that came straight in?
Yep. I think took 2 weeks to ban that gun.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't get the gun thing, but
No, I mean, if you're not from America, it's difficult to
you
get.
don't understand, right?
Yeah, obviously each to their own, but yeah, it's difficult coming from a different country.
Yeah.
Don't quite get the
The
love of the guns.
Yeah. Yeah, that's intense.
But yeah, so wouldn't go to Jersey for any other reason. But yeah, we had that was
So
good.
what they had?
They had it at
All
White.
expats or?
Heaps of expats, but you know, a bunch of Americans too.
Oh, that's great.
They had it at White Eagle Hall, which is a really cool venue over there, just kind of in Jersey City, like right across the water. I think it's in Jersey City.
Jersey City's unbelievable now, right?
Yeah, looks like Brooklyn, to be honest.
I took my family to go and see Snoop Dogg at
Oh.
a concert, outdoor concert.
Cool.
But the conditions were I got to leave before he came on.
Oh, you missed out on Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
But your kids, your
Hey, Alex,
boys.
Can you give me another spray because I broke the last one? Look at this. I'm not going to say
Yeah.
it's a cheap bottle. 'Cause
No, it's
dark.
not. It's not. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, no, that's right, mate.
Looking good, my man.
Oh, yep. Is it a whole new me?
Just about.
Sarah will
So
be
what's your
stoked.
favourite foodie joints? Oh, you know what? I'm actually recommending someone to stay in Brooklyn
Mm.
when we're doing this shoot. Would you know, they want something boss. Would it be the wife?
Yeah, or Vale, William Vale.
Mm.
It's pretty cool.
So the William Vale?
Yes.
What's
The wife. What's that new one we've been going to quite a bit?
The Hoxton.
The Hoxton.
yeah?
Like,
It was
because
great.
like we often go to what we like to call the hotel district of Williamsburg. Now
Yeah, Novotel.
the Novotel.
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 No, it's a long joke.
Don't go there.
No, we wanted to try to pen a name for the district because you know how you got Soho and Tribeca and NoHo. No one has named the Williamsburg hotel district yet.
Oh,
you know,
really?
because well, it's just Williamsburg, of course, but there's so many hotels there now down by North 12th.
So I think it was Novotel was the north of Bedford Hotel District. Novotel.
Yeah,
That's
no
cool.
Botel. Yeah,
You just
It
got to get it in the song.
hasn't taken off yet.
You just get a hit. And then
There's like
it'll-
6 hotels there now, right? But we kind of go there quite a bit for.
How do you get that to stick?
Yes, you say it on camera.
Yes.
No Botel.
Novotel. If you want to say it.
The North of Bedford Hotel District
That's cool.
of Williamsburg.
How many drinks did it take to come up with that?
2 bottles of rosé. I think we started talking about that. Do you drink rosé, Rodney?
I'm a bourbon lover.
Oh, that's
Have you
right.
got into the bourbon?
I haven't.
Oh my god.
I haven't. I know you love it.
Oh,
You've been sticking with
sadly,
bourbon for a long time.
I'm a mess.
I love
So
beer.
you've never.
I'm a beer guy.
Oh, you are?
I love it, but I can't drink it all the time because I'm in my 40s.
Right, and you get the bloated.
Yeah, and no, I just get fat. Just be a fat schlub, so I can't drink it all the time. So I have to like drink other things. But if I could, I'm perfectly happy with a few beers. I like it because it's slow. It comes on slow, You can have quite a few and not be a mess.
Right.
Whereas if you get me on the bourbons, mate, I'll be anyone's. I'm anyone's after a couple of bourbons.
Yeah, it's a disaster, right?
But
the margaritas. Do you ever got into that?
yeah, I love it. Of course, I love a margarita. But how many of those can you have before?
Tyson took me to a little place. What was that called?
Is it Crackers?
Well, that was lovely. What was it called?
Yeah. Isn't it called? Was it called Crackers?
On Grand Street? Grand?
Grand. Whereabouts on Grand?
Like
It was Venezuelan.
Salon. Yeah,
Was it Venezuelan?
Oh, near the Salon. Gotcha. There's a really good place on Grand, just local knowledge, guys. Has a really good a rosé happy hour. You don't often find rosé happy hours in New York City. So there's a hot tip, guys. On Grand, the bar is called, what's it called? Something Kills, like
Fresh Gills?
Fresh Kills. I think there's a bar. It's basically Grand and Metropolitan, right?
Bedford.
And Bedford, sorry. You can't be Grand and Metropolitan. So you're Bedford and Grand. I think it's called Kills or Fresh Kills. $5 rosés.
Really?
Yeah. I mean that's not common. So
For happy hour.
for happy hour, but the happy hour it's always happy hour. It seems to be whenever I'm there, it's happy
The
hour.
one that blew me up was that dumpling place.
Oh, Vanessa's. Yeah.
I went there about 5 times there and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah. I think 5 times.
My
Like
arteries just getting clogged. That
I
was good.
when I first moved to New York, we lived off Vanessa's dumplings. Honestly,
Cheap, right?
so cheap
And good.
and good. Yeah. But yeah, I think you can definitely overdo it.
And then the other Mexican place, that was good, but it's gone, right?
Across the street,
La Squina, was it?
La Burrito.
Have the diner.
On White.
Yeah, that was
We used
good.
to go there, that little Mexican diner.
Oh, is that gone?
Yeah. Opposite Definite.
Williamsburg is changing, man.
Changing up, right?
Williamsburg is changing.
Rosary to Fish Shack's gone.
Oh, I know. That was going downhill though. Like they had new owners, I think, and then it was rubbish.
Oh, was it?
Williamsburg is changing, man. So yeah, so we have to find. So Upper East Side, you reckon, Rodney? That's where we're all going to move to?
I don't think so, but I do think that when the kids, the grommets go into college,
Mm-hmm.
there might be a chance that we're back. My wife can't take the suburbs,
Oh, yep.
which you'll agree with by the way you insulted me about Westchester.
Yeah. I didn't insult. You're saying you can just know that you've made it.
Oh, it's Jersey that you...
Oh yeah,
You
I
were
definitely.
hard on Jersey.
I insulted Jersey.
What do you think of these young musicians? Like look at little Abner over here.
Abner's awesome.
How's
I'm keeping
what do
a.
you think of all these new guys and
These,
girls coming out with their stuff? Does it annoy you or
nah. I love it.
their Spotify?
I mean, you know, it's a good time for the young kids.
Yeah.
You know, never before has there been such access to the people. You know,
Yeah.
the streaming has definitely kind of democratized music and made it a lot. You know, a lot less gatekeepers. You know,
Yeah.
you still have to be good, Abner? You still have
Right.
you still have to make the good music, but it's a lot more platforms to get it out there now
Right.
without having to put it for a major record label or whatever.
Or decide whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
Now I've got the thinning shears in.
Oh, cool.
It's a good time when you're 43 and I'm still getting the thinning
Oh,
shears out.
wow. Thinning shears. Don't thin too much now, Rodney.
So, you don't blow your hair. What do you do with it?
I just put Fat Boy in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Or you know, sometimes I also put I put in the spray. What's that spray that you put out?
Tossle and go.
Tussle and
Oh,
go.
that's
Yeah,
good.
I like the tussle and go.
I do that.
But I don't know. I haven't had short hair for a couple of years, so
Tyson's good with the hero products. He
Mm.
comes up with a little.
he's a mad scientist.
Yeah.
So it's quite crazy not being able to see it, eh? Like it's a complete mystery.
You're
gonna be-
feeling good.
It's gonna be a big reveal.
It's interesting because it's very groomed. It's a little it's not Mad Men, but it's like got that groomed.
Classic.
It's got that advertising executive kind of vibe to it.
Cool.
In a good way.
I'm in the transitional phase, so maybe I should just wander into an advertising agency.
What were you
on-
like when you turned 40? Were you? But you're a bit of an old soul, right? You always been a mature one of it.
I don't know.
Did 40 freak you out?
Nah, I don't think it did. I think like younger ages freaked me out, you know. I think 30, you know. I think maybe 30 I had a bit more of a, bit more of a. By the time I got to 40, I was like, I know it's done. It's over. It's been done for years.
Yeah.
but when I hit 30, I was like, oh. Sarah is a lot younger than me.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's about 6 years younger than me.
Oh, that's nice. How'd you guys meet?
I met her at a cafe called Verona in New Zealand. Wrote a song about it. It's a big hit. In New Zealand. In New Zealand, yeah.
In Auckland.
In Auckland. Yeah, it's a cafe called Verona. Met her there on the day of her 21st birthday, in fact, guys.
How's it go?
And I invite.
How's the song go?
You have to look it up. Yeah, and met her on her 21st birthday. She happened to know a dude that I was sitting with, and so she invited him to her 21st birthday, and I just said, "Can I come along?"
Really?
Yeah.
Self-invite.
Yeah.
And
she was like, okay. And then I got there really early, and then just busted out all my best moves, which seemed to go pretty good. And then I sat down, and then I met her boyfriend at the bar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Okay.
it went pretty good. It went pretty good. He was like, "Oh, how do you know Sarah?" And I was like, "I just met her." "How do you know Sarah?" He's like, "Oh, we're kind of dating." But because he said kind of, I was like,
That's it.
she deserves far better than you.
So how long did it take you to unseat him?
A
And
month,
no violence included. I'm sure.
about a month.
Oh yeah.
He's a good guy, actually. He's a really good guy. But I was just really, really, really into her. So
Yeah. You kept going.
what are you going to do? I'm in my 20s. Cocky, you know?
Feeling good.
Feeling good, feeling young.
And was she wooed by you initially, or
No, she played it pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is cool.
She played pretty cool.
She's very cool, man. She's a cool chick.
Yeah, she's a great, very talented artist.
Yeah.
And good mum now to our young son.
It's
Yes.
funny when you see people, you think some people have good parents, it's just different, right? It's funny when you see people in different settings when they're raising kids, right?
So you
see them and I'm like, they're so cool and they're screaming at their kid and other people are calm. You know?
Yeah. So you must have a bunch of friends that have kids, right?
Yeah.
And so do you have some of them that you're like, man, they're really rubbish parents? Like we
But you know
don't
what
have to
I
name
thought?
names,
When
obviously.
you walk around, like, I was more shocked when someone loaned me money to buy a house like the bank. I was
Yeah.
like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But then with kids, I was like, if you look around the street, there's so many idiots out there
Yeah.
that have kids.
I know that, and there's
So,
have a kid. Like that's
I'm
how
not
I.
going to be the worst. I'm not going to be the best.
But that's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I left the hospital. It's so weird when they go, okay, you take care of this kid, and you're like, wow,
on you, right?
okay. So scary, leaving the hospital with your first kid.
So what do you do with your music? When do you introduce music into the world? At home,
With the
workshop?
boy,
Yeah.
it's all around
What's
him.
his name?
His name's Parker.
Oh, right.
It's all around him. We got little bongos and
Yeah.
guitars and little toy pianos and real pianos, and he just whacks it. But I just want to. I don't care if he plays music or not. I just want him to, because I feel like music is a pretty hard career to get into and remain happy.
Right.
I think it's pretty brutal.
Did you always go like, this is going to be my career, or you just like, you're going and going and going and it's working and you're like, shit.
I think around my 20s, it just started kind of going that way. And then a couple of good things happened, you know, I guess getting a record deal and stuff like that when I was in my 20s, that made me think I should continue to do it, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I reckon it's not super duper easy career to be in and remain happy, I reckon.
Yeah.
So if my boy wants to do it,
Happy because what, like the economic side, or just the
yeah,
pitfalls,
the
emotions?
fact that it's very subjective, you know, and the fact that it's kind of like this kind of thing that doesn't really exist. Like, you know, if you make a chair or build a house or whatever, you can see it and you sit down in the chair and it's functional. But music, once you've made it, it's kind of vanished.
Right.
Because like it's not like I sit around listening to my music all the time. It's just, you know, it's just gone, and then it doesn't even feel real. It's just,
Right.
you know, and so and then musicians tend to be these kind of emotional people who kind of get upset and get really stoked and happy, and you know, ups and downs too. So you combine all those things and some drugs and some alcohol, and then bang, it's hard to be happy.
And then what about like when you write the song you love and then
Yeah, but it's
that's not the
fleeting.
one- Yeah.
Like if it's, you know, it's like oh, that feels really good, and then a week later you don't think about it ever again. It's like drinking a Red Bull. It's like, oh, I needed that, and then the effects have vanished. Well, that's what it's like for me. It's probably different for other people. But I just know that most of my musician friends haven't gone, man, this was just the most fun thing I could have done, decided to choose in my life.
Yeah.
This is moments of fun though. Moments of really, obviously huge moments of really awesomeness. But it's a little bit hard to be sustainable. Yeah, I reckon. In my humble opinion. Got a bit deep there, eh, Rodney?
Yeah.
Pretty deep, mate.
That's what happens.
That's what happens to get your hair cut.
Groomed haircut.
Yeah.
A lot of big long hairs.
I
They don't want to give up. They're hanging on.
Yeah.
I think we're looking good. What do we do with the beard?
I need to trim it hard out because like it's too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially now I've got a groomed haircut. Hey, Tice.
Oh yeah.
Need to trim that hard.
You keep talking to yourself.
Yeah, g'day guys. Now Rodney's gone. I'm here in the basement of Cutler Hair Salon on West Broadway, deep in the heart of Soho, New York City. Behind the camera is Abner. He's a talented videographer and also a songwriter and producer.
Yeah, some Fat Boy and some volume wise. Oh, God, love you. Here we go. I hope this is powered. Oh.
Hey, I need to buy some shaver ties and Rodney. You got any recommendations?
This one. Oh, you want?
Yeah, like for my beard, Yeah.
Good. Hey, this
Cool.
is the Pro.
Yeah, it's a Pro.
The Pro.
There you go.
Could you just pause right there?
And we back,
You
Abner?
think shorter on the sides, Tice, or
Great.
a little short?
No, it looks great.
Okay.
You keep in touch with your mates at home? The old crew?
I do. I'm pretty lucky though, because some of my best friends live here.
Yeah.
And especially when I moved here, actually, a heap of them lived here, but now some of them have left. But yeah, keep in touch, and I get to go back to New Zealand quite a bit. Like I've been back twice in the last 10 months.
I guess when you're in the setting these bands and it's so intense, years later, you find like you have that unbelievable bond. I guess it just depends.
Totally, 100%. Yeah, Elemeno P feels like my 100% second family. And then Streets Laredo, half of the band is actually my family.
Right.
So they feel like family too.
Looking good, my boy.
Oh, yep. Now, feeling trim.
Yeah, just a little cleaner.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to just give it a little kiss and tickle. And then we're done.
Is this your personal kit, Rodney?
Oh, this isn't a mess.
This is your personal kit?
This is not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. It's a scissor for everything.
And there's this.
It's interesting. The guy that I met this guy years ago. He introduced me to scissors. He sort of was giving me scissors for years. So Japanese, Alexandra just organised this guys to come over and do this production. They did a documentary on this scissor maker from Japan. I think his family owned the Porsche distribution or something over there, and sort of a prominent family. He's a great dude. But like scissors, it's like a baseball glove, or I don't know, maybe a guitar, whatever. But you I can't use other scissors.
No.
They just feel right in my hand.
Well, you're a
Yeah,
master.
these-
You're a grand master, Rodney.
What did they say? 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours, mate.
Did you read that?
I did. Malcolm Gladwell or whatever.
Good, right?
Yeah. It is good. I mean, it also makes you feel a bit depressed that you didn't put in 10,000 hours when you should have. But hey, you're like, oh, when I was young, that was the time to put in the hours.
I would say is if you spend 10 hours on shitty practices, You're going to be
maybe really, really shitty.
like, yeah, exactly.
Like the best at it.
The most knowledgeable shitty haircutter in the world or musician. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Malcolm Gladwell has to tell us.
Yes. I did. The Tipping Point was great.
Tipping Point, that was a good book. I like some of the podcasts he's turned up with, but he kind of starts, and then he kind of vanishes.
Yeah, he did. What was the one about the LA golf courses? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did listen to that one.
Funny, right?
Yeah, that was funny.
Useless.
Was it like revisionist history or something like that, or
Yes,
something
yeah.
like that? Yeah, like
No role in society.
like the waste of
Valuable
space.
role, yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
just feeling good. Just feeling good. I was sick. I was always hair in my face, hair in my mouth. I wonder if my boy's gonna freak out that now I've got really short hair. If he will recognize me, if I'll scare him when I come home. I hope not.
You were about to say you hope it?
No, I hope not. Because he's a sensitive little soul, you know.
He is.
Yeah, a couple of times I've
You
scared
ever
him.
shaved your head?
No. Not really my jam. Have you ever shaved your head, Rodney?
No.
Even back in your
You know what it is?
sport days? You know, you used to be a bit of a
No.
sport man.
Yeah, but no, it's like a.
What was it?
I was
NFL? What did you do? Like
Aussie rules.
Aussie rules, that's right.
But I was a bit of a yobbo.
Yeah.
Yobbo would have.
I feel like a yobbo that would suit like a shaved head.
Surfy looking yobbo. No, but I was more the surfy thing.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? With hair. It's like Donald Trump, right? So somebody said to me, if you had your chance, would you whack it off? I'd be like, no. 'Cause there's something in that, squirrels, it's like a squirrel, that he likes. So it's really about holding on to that,
Yeah.
So that's the most important thing, is you're kind of connecting with what your client wants, or what they, what they feel comfortable with, So I get it about you not wanting to shave your head.
Yeah, nah.
And you got good hair.
Thanks, Rodney. Make me feel good about myself.
Good crop.
Man, is there a lot of hair on the ground?
There is.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like it's curly too, right?
Oh yeah, it gets.
Because once you cut it off, it goes a little straighter.
Yeah.
There's a little Tom Cruise in this, right? Color of Money. No.
Just keep talking.
Keep talking. What do you think, Tice?
Great.
You reckon that's
Perfect.
enough?
Yeah, it's great. Killer.
Here's the fat boy stuff. Oh. Tyson's little stash holder.
Yep. A little bit of Tyson here.
Made that in his bathroom.
A little bit of Tyson.
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Yep. Yep.
What'd you make in the bathroom?
No, fat boy.
Can't tell you that.
Still working on it.
Still working on it. It's coming.
This is a fresh one. Oh, it is.
It's a newie.
Freshy.
Yeah, get the.
Freshy.
Yeah, it's a good one. This is a.
Hear that?
This is his breakout product.
Hear that?
This is like, for the musicians, like that's his.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
This is
Fat
his
Boy.
big hit, like
Perfect Putty. The big hit. The classic.
the
It's like the
classic.
signature
This is Hotel California
song.
for the
Yeah.
Eagle. This is.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know, what
the
was it
Stairway to
called?
Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven. Yes.
It's it's your Under the Bridge Downtown by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
My,
Do you know he walked in here?
Who did?
Stairway to Heaven.
Oh,
Right
really?
plan.
Really?
I didn't recognise him.
He walked in and then he walked out. Was
He
it? Was
bought
it?
some product.
Yeah, he just walked in to buy some product,
Yeah, and I was talking to him for about 15 minutes and didn't know who he was.
and then he just left.
Oh, it's like, what do you do? And he said, I sing. And I'm like,
I sing. I just sing the songs that make the whole world sing.
true.
that was a few months ago, right?
Last year. He was
Yeah.
terrific. He was so
Yeah.
nice. And then I was like, and he said, I'm going to Australia. I'm like, wow, you got some career. He's like, I'm Robert Plant.
I'm Robert
And
Plant.
I was like, oh, and I'm embarrassed.
Nah, he'll love it.
It's all right. He was terrific.
I mean,
He
it's
bought some gold, got some hair gold, and then
yeah. Has he still got a lot of hair?
fantastic hair.
Yeah, like a mane.
Yeah, it's
Would you
very
just
nice, very
would you describe it as a mane?
He had great hair. Yeah. Gibbo, I think we're done.
All right.
We're gonna get the approval from lovely Sarah.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll love it.
Give me a little more patty. Always, you gotta use this like you want your drinks poured.
Mm.
Heavy.
Nice. So many different nooks and crannies down here in the basement. Everywhere, there's always like
A lot of history
there's
there.
always a different secret room. Another room. I'm like, I've never seen that one down there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The secret room.
Secret.
How long you guys been in this location, Rodney?
God, what is it? 10 years, I think.
No, longer.
Longer?
I've been in New York 12.
Have you really? Really?
Mm.
Probably.
That's our new look. We're going for the little more raw on the walls. That's the Brooklyn, you know.
Mm.
A little more down and dirty.
Down and dirty.
Not too down and dirty.
Nah.
Mate, I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you,
Want to
Rodney.
have a look?
Appreciate it.
All right. Super Gibbo.
Thank you. That was me getting my hair cut.
Ooh la la.
Hey, come here, show me. You have a look at the back. Look at that.
Look at that.
Very
It's a handsome haircut.
fine,
Handsome.
The
fine.
eagle's still
It's a
got it.
little, is he a little, what's that actor who was caught in LA?
Cool.
Arrested? No, Hugh Grant.
Oh.
It's a little Hugh
Ooh
Grant.
la la.
Oh la la.
I always say he's like a mixture of like Hugh Grant meets.
Oh man,
You know,
man, you guys,
like, well,
you guys,
you're like
come
the
on.
New Zealand